Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Seattle, Washington. I'm Greg Sexton with you on SPUFalcons.com. We're coming to you from Iron Coaching Court inside Royal Broen Pavilion on the campus of Seattle Pacific University as the SPU Falcons get ready to host the Nanooks from Alaska Fairbanks University. And these teams, the only undefeated teams in the GNAC, both coming in 3-0 in GNAC play. The Falcons have won 7 in a row. They lost their first 4. They are now 7-4 and 3-0 in GNAC play. And the Nanooks are 4-7 overall, but they've won all 3 of their games in the GNAC as they're coming off a win on Thursday against St. Martin's. And the Falcons defeated Alaska Anchorage here on Thursday as well. The Nanooks coached by Greg Sparling. He's in his second season as the head coach. And he's going to go with a lineup that features Shadid Shabazz, who averages 22.5 points a game. And he's from Rainier Beach High School here in Seattle. Transferred from Iowa Western. Spencer Sweet is a senior from Longview, Washington, and Sweet is averaging 12.5 points a ball game for the Nanooks. Quinn Doherty, a senior out of Homer, Alaska. Kobe Huerta, a junior from Covington, Washington, and Mawich Kachjani is a freshman from Fangak, South Sudan. And the Falcons, coached by Grant Leap in his 4th season at the helm of the program. Harry Cavill is a junior out of Kaiser, Oregon. Devontae Moffitt, the leading scorer for the Falcons, a sophomore from Spanaway, Washington. Philip Fullerton, a redshirt freshman from Beaverton, Oregon. Shaw Anderson is a freshman from Kelso, Washington. And Gavin Long, a senior from Wenatchee, Washington. As Moffitt, Long, and Cavill all average in double figures. Moffitt 14.1. Long 11.7, Cavill 11.3. And we are underway here as the Nanooks win the tip. It was Kachjani in the circle, measuring 6'11", tallest player on the floor. As we are underway here with the Nanooks in possession of the ball. And there's a step back, and the shot is missed there as Sweet thought he had an open shot. The defense came and was unable to connect on the shot. Here's Moffitt with it for the Falcons. Gets it to Long. Now Anderson underneath. Reverses it up and in, and reversed his course anyway as he pivoted to his left. Puts it in for a 2-0 Falcons lead. This is Kachjani underneath. And he is able to get the shot up on the glass there, but unable to get it to go. Moffitt the other way with it for the Falcons. Being guarded by Shabazz. Here's Cavill. Had a screen there, but gives it up to Long instead. Gavin Long to the bucket. Had a couple of shots at it. Couldn't get either one to go. But there's a foul whistled here on Spencer Sweet of Fairbanks. That's his first foul of the ball game on either team. And Gavin Long heads to the free throw line. Falcons up 2-0, and Long makes it 3. And he will get another shot here from the line. Gavin Long, 70% from the free throw line coming into this game, 33 out of 47. And he gets both here. Falcons go up 4-0. Everyone else in the GNAC has at least one loss in conference play. So at the end of this game, there will be one unbeaten team in GNAC play. Fullerton called for the foul here. And this is a non-shooting foul. The Nanooks will take it out from underneath the basket. Huerta to inbound. He'll get it in to Doherty, and now we get a whistle And a foul called on Philip Fullerton. He picks up 2 quick ones here, and he's going to check out. Jacob Medjo will come in, redshirt freshman out of Bothell, Washington. A lot of local products on both teams here from the area, as that's Shabazz putting up a 3. Couldn't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound, and it's blocked. And the Falcons the other way with it. Moffitt steps through, puts it up, couldn't get the shot to go. Cavill tried to get it back up, but he couldn't get it to go either. And here come the Nanooks the other way. Shabazz with the ball. 4-0 Falcons, 2 minutes in. And Shabazz driving, kicking it back out to Huerta. And he puts it up on the glass, no good. Rebound comes out to Sweet. 3 on the way, no good either. Cavill with the rebound. Falcons the other way with the ball. Here's a 3 on the way from Anderson, and he puts it in. Shaw Anderson, a 3 from the left wing, and the Falcons go up 7-0. The Falcons women defeated Alaska Fairbanks earlier today. As Catch Johnny is blocked, here come the Falcons the other way with a 7-point lead. This is a 3 on the way, and good from Medjo. And the Falcons with a 10-0 lead and a timeout called by Fairbanks, as Greg Sparling has seen enough, wants to talk things over with his squad. 17-12 to go here in the first quarter. This will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And Falcons back-to-back 3s from Anderson and Medjo to jump out to a 10-0 lead. As Falcons shooting 50%, 3 of 6, but 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, 2 of 2 at the line as well, and 0 of 6 for Fairbanks to this point. As they come back out onto the floor. And they will inbound. Huerta with the ball across midcourt. Gets it to Shabazz. Doherty gets over to Sweet. And now Catch Johnny. They work it around the perimeter. Catch Johnny catches it underneath. Loops it back out to Sweet. Here's Doherty. For Shabazz. Shabazz takes the 3, draws the foul. And he will head to the line for 3 shots. Shot clock was ticking down there. 4 left on the shot clock. Cavill commits the foul out beyond the arc. And he's going to talk to the official, get some clarification on what the call was there. I think they're talking about whether this is a 2 or a 3-shot foul. It should be 3. It is. So Shabazz to the free throw line for 3 shots.
Shabazz at the line, shooting 2 more.
And he makes the first, and we'll have a couple more here. Gets the second one to go as well. Shabazz, an 84% free throw shooter coming into this game. 53 of 63 on the season. His third one is up and good. So he gets all 3. And the Falcons' lead is trimmed to 7, 10-3. Here's Devontae Moffitt. Moving it across midcourt. Gets it to Medjo. Medjo underneath for Anderson, was deep in the post, but couldn't get the shot to go. And Doherty comes down with the rebound for the Nanooks. Spencer Sweet with it. And now over to Shabazz on the left wing. Doherty to Huerta on top. Shabazz with it on the right wing now. Steps into the lane, puts it up with the left hand, and that one falls off the rim, no good. Rebound to Anderson. Falcons the other way. Cavill, a quick 3 in transition, couldn't get it to go. Anderson comes down with the rebound, feeds it right back to Cavill. Another 3 from the same spot. Couldn't get that one to go either, but Anderson is there to clean it up again and puts it back up and in this time. 12-3, Falcons by 9. Here's Shabazz with the ball on the right wing. Now Sweet has it. He'll step back. Now he'll kick it to Doherty. Underneath, catch Johnny. Gets it underneath the basket, and it's blocked by Medjo. Medjo with another block on Catch Johnny. And that will take us to a timeout on the floor with 15:20 to go in the first quarter. It'll be Fairbanks ball when we return, but Catch Johnny was blocked a couple of times there by Jacob Medjo. 12-3 Falcons. You're watching Falcons basketball on SPUFalcons.com. We'll be right back.
Empowered to pursue excellence in athletics and academics within a Christian environment. To learn more about how to support this mission, visit SPUFalcons.com. And be sure to stop by the concession stand today for some popcorn, hot dogs, pretzels, candy, or soda. And check out the Talent Combo. It includes a hot dog, chips, and drink for just $7. Did you know that we now accept credit and debit cards at Royal Brome? Easily purchase tickets and food with the swipe of your card.
Back to Royal Brome Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you on SPUFalcons.com. As the Falcons out to a 9-point lead. They led 10-0. It's now 12-3. As Shadid Shabazz went to the free throw line and hit 3 shots a moment ago. But before the timeout, a couple of blocked shots by Jacob Medjo on 6-11, the which Catch Johnny. Braden Olson into the game for the Falcons. Quick shot up by Sweet, misses. And now Olson with the ball as the Falcons collect the rebound. Olson across midcourt, now looking cross court for Colazimo into the game as well. Anderson had that one go off his hands and is collected by the Nanooks, Alex Summerfield. Summerfield from Federal Way, Washington. Here's Shabazz. Stepping through, putting it up with the left hand, no good. Rebound Olson, and he is able to secure it as the Nanooks were trying to take it away. Falcons the other way, a 3 from the corner by Medjo is no good, but the long rebound is tapped out to Colazimo, and now Olson with it. Gabe Colazimo. Cross court now for Olson for a 3 from the right wing, and he drains it. Braden Olson puts the Falcons in front by 12, 15-3. The women's game earlier, the Nanooks took the lead in the first half, and then the Falcons dominated the second half to win it. As Fairbanks misses another shot here, and the Falcons come down with the rebound. Here's Cavill stepping into the lane and throwing it down with the right hand. Cavill had an opening and dunked it to put the Falcons up by 14. 17-3. Here's Catch Johnny. Loops it out for Summerfield for a 3 from the right wing. Alex Summerfield puts it in and makes it a 17-6 ball game. First made field goal of the afternoon for the Nanooks. Here's Cavill, a 3 on the way, and that one is well short. Out of bounds. It'll be Fairbanks ball as they will bring in a couple of subs here. As Jalen McCullough is in, along with Zach Hatch and Markel Banks. Banks from Kent, Washington, and Hatch from Snohomish. McCullough from Fairbanks, Alaska, so he did not go away to college. This one is McCullough trying to pass it through a couple of Falcons. They knock it out of bounds. And now McCullough will inbound. Gets it into Summerfield. Markel Banks with it now on the left wing. And now this is Zach Hatch with it. Catch Johnny still out there, and he has it poked away and stolen by the Falcons. Here comes Braden Olson the other way. Olson hands off to Medjo for a three, and that one misses. Falcons missed that one there, and the Nanooks with the rebound going the other way. 17-6, Falcons by 11. Banks kicks it out to McCullough. McCullough being guarded by Colazimo. Steps through the lane. A three on the way from Hatch. From the corner is good. Zach Hatch with a three ball. And it's a 17-9 ball game now. Here's a three on the way from Colazimo, and he knocks it in as the Falcons respond to go back up by double digits again, 20-9. McCullough with the ball for the Nanooks. And now Banks into the lane, changing directions, kicks it back out to McCullough. 8 on the shot clock for the Nanooks. McCullough drives, throws up a wild left-handed shot and misses it, but the rebound comes down to Hatch. He was able to get a three up on the rim, but the Falcons come down with a rebound. Olson into the lane and draws the foul. It's going to get us to another immediate timeout here. Markel Banks whistled for the foul there, his first and the second on the Nanooks. As timeout on the floor with 11:24 to go here in the first half. Falcons lead 20-9, and we will be right back in just a moment.
In the heart of Fremont on North 34th Street near the Aurora Bridge. It's a friendly and supportive atmosphere where individual results matter. Call or stop by during our desk hours, 206-632-2200 or FremontHC.com. And it's now easier than ever to catch your favorite Falcon teams in action. Visit spufalcons.com/tickets to grab your tickets to the next game and skip the line.
Back to Royal Brougham Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you on spufalcons.com as the Nanooks return to the floor with Kayshawn Howard out on the floor now. Junior out of Brooklyn, New York. Have a couple of New Yorkers as Usman Gomez Jr. is from the Bronx. He has not seen action yet, and not sure if he is dressed. But the Falcons bring the ball in. Devontae Moffitt drives and scores. Gets all the way to the bucket and puts it in easily with the right hand. 22-9. Moffitt with his first 2 points of the ball game. McCullough the other way for the Nanooks. And underneath, Markel Banks catches it down low and has an easy bucket. Banks with his first two of the ball game. 22-11. Falcons with the lead. Here's Moffitt. No look, or a head fake rather, and steps to the bucket, lays it in. Back-to-back lay-ins by Devontae Moffitt, and the Falcons lead 24-11. 10.5 to go in the first half. Here's McCullough driving and trying to dish it to Summerfield, but Mehdi El Mardi there for the Falcons to take it away. And here they come the other way. Moffitt gets it to Cavill. Tried to get it to El Marty underneath, and they're going to call the Nanooks for a foul. That's on Summerfield. And Kobe Huerta will come back in for Jalen McCullough. Falcons will inbound. El Marty catches it up top. Gets it to Long. Cavill. Over to Sharif Khan. And now Long cross court for Moffitt. Moffitt gets it back out to Cavill. He's going to turn and put up a three. And got the rim. Did not get the shot, but Long is there to collect the rebound and put it back up and in. As they were up against the shot clock there. And they end up with a two from Gavin Long. Long with 4 points in the ball game. Couple of free throws and a made field goal. Falcons with a 15-point lead. Here's Banks. Driving, gets underneath the basket, couldn't get the shot to go. And Moffitt ends up with it for the Falcons. Moffitt finds Kahn. And now over to Long in the corner. Cavill whips it back across to Moffitt. He gets the shot up, and it rims out. And then Nanooks with the rebound the other way. Under 9 to go here in the first half, and that one is lost out of bounds. As that was Howard that could not hold on to it. Shabazz checks back in. For the Nanooks. For Zach Hatch. Here's Kahn with it for the Falcons. 15-point lead. And it's picked off by Shabazz. He's going the other way and couldn't get the lay-in to go, but Huerta is there to collect the rebound and put it back up and in. Shabazz with the steal on Sharif Khan. Falcons lead trimmed to 13, 26-13. Khan being guarded by Shabazz again. And we get a whistle as Moffitt was driving. The official is warning the Nanooks players to not come on the floor. Foul goes on Huerta. Medjo and Anderson back in for the Falcons, along with Cavill, Moffitt, and Kahn on the floor. That one tipped out of bounds. 8:11 to go in the first half. And Moffitt to inbound it to Anderson. Anderson gets it to Cavill, and he's has it poked away by Shabazz, and they're going to call a foul. And they're going to call it Shabazz for the foul. Looked like he had a clean steal there. And the officials give it back to the Falcons, though. Here's Moffitt kicking it to Cavill in the corner. Goes to his left and puts up a three and rattles it home. Falcons by 16, 29-13. As things certainly didn't go the way of the Nanooks there, as Shabazz had a clean break to the other end and was called for the foul. Here's Summerfield, though, with a three up and in. He's got a couple of threes and 6 points in the ball game. 29-16 your score. Cavill, and now Medjo is fouled by Shabazz. As he gets up in the grill of Medjo and gets whistled. That'll be his second, and he just picked up his first a moment ago. 29-16, Falcons with the lead, 7:25 to go in the first half, and a timeout on the floor here from Royal Brown Pavilion. We'll be back with you in just a moment. You're watching Falcons basketball on SPUFalcons.com.
Features many fun and unique games. The 9-hole mini golf course or Plastic's very own duffel board game. It's perfect for a first date, birthday party, or your next happy hour. Swing on in for an all-around good time at Plastic Pub.
Back to Seattle Pacific University. Greg Sexton with you on SPUFalcons.com. 29-16, Falcons with the lead here in the first half, 7:25 remaining. And it'll be Falcons basketball coming out of the timeout. Braden Olson will inbound to Devontae Moffitt. Cavill gets it back to Olson. Now Anderson kicks it back out to Olson. Here's Cavill. Back to Olson. Olson finding Anderson for an 8-footer on the baseline, and he puts it in. Shaw Anderson now with 9 points in the ballgame for the Falcons. This one the other way is left up on the rim, and it falls off for Kobe Huerta. And the Falcons with the rebound the other way with a 15-point lead. 31-16. And the Nooks have been able to hit the 3 ball, and that's about it. They've really not gotten into much of a flow offensively, as they're going to call Medjo for traveling there. And that will give the ball back to the Nanooks. Huerta with the ball across midcourt. And now Banks back out onto the floor for the Nanooks. And this is going to be a lay-in for Spencer Sweet. We'll make it 31-18. Sweet on the board for his first 2 points of the ballgame. Olson is going to take a look at a 3, but gives it up. And now Anderson from the elbow puts it in. Anderson with that little mid-range game, as he has connected on back-to-back jumpers. That one from just inside the free throw line on the elbow. 33-18 SPU. This is Huerta driving and laying it up and in with the left hand. And Kobe Huerta gets the Nanooks back to within 13. He's got 4 points in the ball game. Moffitt driving, now kicking out to Anderson. Hands off to Cavill. Olson with it. Back to Moffitt. Moffitt steps between a couple of defenders and leaves it for Medjo, who throws it down with 2 hands. Jacob Medjo with 5 points in the ball game. And a 15-point lead for the Falcons again. Here's Sweet, a long 3 from the right wing, and that one misses off the rim. Rebound comes down to Cavill. He'll get it to Olson. Olson on the fast break. Dishes to Anderson. He's going to draw the foul. And they're going to call that on Kayshawn Howard. That's his first.
2 shots for Anderson.
And we'll send Shaw Anderson to the free throw line for 2 shots. He's already got 11 points in the ballgame, leading the way for the Falcons here in the first half. His free throw pinballs out.
Back for the Falcons, 33 Gavin Long, 22 Gabe Colosimo.
Long and Colosimo back.
Shadid Shabazz and 40.
And Shabazz and Catch Johnny back for the Nanooks. 4:47 remaining first half. And Anderson trying to split a pair of free throws and does. That'll make it a 36-20 ball game. Nanooks with the ball in the front court. Here's Shabazz with it. Steps back, puts up a three, and couldn't get it to go. Rebound to Medjo. Falcons the other way with a 16-point lead. Olsen gets it to Long, and now Anderson. They loop it back around to Olsen. Colazimo for Anderson. Step back jumper, no good. And the rebound comes down to Summerfield. Nanooks the other way with it. And they need to cut into a 16-point lead here. Under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Huerta with the ball. Gets a screen from Catch Johnny. And now it's a three on the way from Sweet, and he shoots it over the rim from the corner. Falcons the other way with it. Olsen goes from his left to his right. Loops it back over to Colazimo. Colazimo gets it back. Gets it to Anderson. Now Olsen into the lane, and he has it ripped away by Catch Johnny as Olsen was trying to drive and dish, but got into traffic there. Huerta driving, draws the foul. That's going on Braden Olsen, and that will take us to our final media timeout of the first half. 3:11 remaining in the half. 36-20, Falcons leading the Fairbanks Nanooks, and we'll be back with you in just a moment from Royal Brougham Pavilion. You're watching Falcons basketball, and SPU Falcons will inbound here. Gets it out to Shabazz. And Summerfield now to Sweet. They move it around the perimeter. 6 on the shot clock for the Nanooks, and they need to get into their offense. Shabazz puts up a long two. We get a whistle on the rebound, and that one's going to be called on Jacob Medjo. That's his first. 2:51 to go. Sweet will inbound for the Nanooks. This would be Sweet catching the ball on the right wing and gets it to Summerfield, puts it up and in over Medjo. And that gets the Nanooks back within 14, 36-22. Summerfield with 8 points now, a couple of threes and then a two right there. Moffitt to Colazimo, back to Moffitt. In the corner, Anderson thought about it, drives instead, puts it up, puts it in. Draws the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line. Foul going to be called on Catch Johnny. And Anderson to the free throw line with 14 points, trying to make it 15 here in the first half. Anderson coming in, averaging 9 a ball game, already well over that. And gets the free throw to go as well. That'll make it 39-22. And Anderson with 15, leading the way for the Falcons. Sweet loops it out to Summerfield for another three. This one does not go. And they're going to call SPU. Shaw Anderson called for the foul as he sent Catch Johnny to the floor. Hatch will check back in for Shabazz for the Nanooks. Here's Huerta coming to get it from Hatch. Sweet, Catch Johnny, and now Hatch with the ball. They loop it back around the perimeter. Falcons are really not letting the Nanooks get into a rhythm at all, but that time Huerta is able to get the floater and knocks it in to get the Nanooks back to within 15, 39-24. Here's a three from Colazimo, no good. Rebound comes down to Moffitt. He goes through the lane and out the other side. Colazimo into Medjo. Now Moffitt will pull up from the free throw line and puts it in. Devontae Moffitt puts the Falcons back up by 17. Moffitt with 6 points in the ball game. Leading scorer for the Falcons coming into this one. Here's Sweet driving. Reverses it up and in over Gavin Long. Spencer Sweet now 4 points in the ball game. 1 minute to go here in the first half. 15-point lead for SPU. Moffitt dishes and gets it back. Now here's a three on the way from Medjo from the corner, and that one misses off the rim. Chased down by Colazimo. No, not Colazimo. That was Long that chased it down. And now the Falcons are going to take a timeout here with 35.9 on the clock. Might as well use it, as this will be a 30-second timeout. Let's get you some other SPU sports news. The women's basketball team won 83-70 earlier today against Alaska Fairbanks, and they were led by the 27 points and 11 rebounds of Ashlyn Burgess. Women's team hits the road for a pair of GNAC games next week with a visit to Simon Fraser on Thursday and Western Washington next Saturday. The gymnastics and indoor track seasons will both get going in the upcoming weeks. The SPU gymnasts will debut under new head coach Sarah Marshall with a meet at Oregon State on January 11th. Falcons' first home meet is January 17th at 7 o'clock versus Air Force. The track and field teams compete on January 18th at 9 in the morning at the UW Indoor Preview. Not too far from here at the University of Washington, as the Falcons will inbound it now. Moffitt up over catch Johnny, puts it in. Put some arc on that one and dropped it through the net. Moffitt with 8 points, and the Falcons back out to a 17-point lead. 43-26. And Huerta is going to dribble out the most of the clock here late in the first half. Now he drives. Couldn't get the lay-in to go there, and Cavill comes down with it. Here's Long from half court, and couldn't get that one to go. But the Falcons really have played well here in the first half, and they lead by 17 at the break, 43-26. Really getting it done on the defensive end, not allowing Alaska Fairbanks to get into a rhythm at all. And the Falcons go into the locker room with a 43-26 lead. We'll be back with a couple of minutes to go before the second half gets underway, and we'll recap the first half for you, get you ready for the start of the second half. You are watching Falcons basketball on SPUFalcons.com. Don't go anywhere.
Simon Fraser Thursday and Western Washington next Saturday. The gymnastics and indoor track seasons get going in the upcoming weeks. The SPU gymnast debut under new head coach Sarah Marshall with a meet at Oregon State January 11th. The Falcons' first home meet is January 17th at 7 o'clock versus Air Force. The track and field teams compete January 18th at 9 in the morning at the UW Indoor Preview. After today's game, the men's basketball team embarks on a 3-game road trip that begins Thursday at Concord. 2 weeks right here in Brown Pavilion. And Sharif Khan is located on the cover of today's game program. The junior guard from Bellevue is majoring in business administration. Sharif chose to become a Falcon because, quote, SPU is a great community and has a very welcoming feel to it. The basketball program has a great reputation and it was close to home, which meant I could still see my family and they could come and watch my games. Falcon junior guard, Sharif Khan.
Welcome back to Iron Coaching Court at Royal Broome Pavilion here at Seattle Pacific University. Greg Sexton with you on SPUFalcons.com as a couple minutes before the second half gets underway. And the Falcons really dominated the first half. They lead by 17 at the break. Shadid Shabazz averages 22.5 points a game and was only able to score 3 in the first half, all from the free throw line, was 0 of 7 from the floor. And the Falcons really didn't let anybody on the Nanooks roster get untracked. Alex Summerfield hit a couple of threes. He has 8 points to lead the way for the Nanooks off the bench. Kobe Huerta with 6 in the starting lineup. He played 17 minutes. Summerfield played 15 off the bench. The Falcons led by the 15 points and 5 rebounds of Shaw Anderson, as he is a freshman from Kelso, Washington, and having a great first half here. Falcons shoot 53% from the floor as a team. Fairbanks just 30%. And not a lot of free throws in this one, as Fairbanks 3 of 3, all by Shabazz on one trip. And the Falcons 4 for 5, 80% from the line. They go 38.5%, 39% from beyond the arc on 5 of 13. And 3 of 12 for Fairbanks. Some other SPU sports news. First of all, the basketball team here, they embark on a 3-game road trip after today's game that begins on Thursday in Portland at Concordia. Next home action for the Falcons is January 18th, 2 weeks from today at 2 o'clock versus Montana State Billings. So we'll see you in 2 weeks right here in Broome Pavilion. SPU Athletics is committed to cultivating student athletes of high character who are empowered to pursue excellence in athletics and academics within a Christian environment. To learn more about how to support this mission, visit SPUFalcons.com. We'll give you the player spotlight a little bit later on in the second half, as we are getting ready to resume action here to begin the second half. And Fairbanks will try to get something going here, as Falcons were able to defend the perimeter well and really did not let them get anything going on the inside to speak of either, as the Nanooks made just 10 field goals from the floor, 1 every 2 minutes, and 3 of those were from beyond the arc. Falcons will have the ball here to begin the second half, and it'll be Shaw Anderson to inbound. Philip Fullerton back on the floor. He went out with 2 quick fouls in the first half. And he's got the most height of anyone on the Falcons roster, 6'9", going up against 6'11", Mawich Kachjani from Sudan. Moffitt gets it to Cavill. Long with it now. And now Moffitt with it. Anderson steps to his right and leaves it short off the rim. Rebound comes down to Shabazz, and here come the Nanooks. Huerta with it. And now this is Doherty. Huerta enters it into the post to catch Johnny. Loops it back out. And we get a whistle. And we're going to get a foul called on Fullerton. And Fullerton commits his 3rd foul. And he has barely played at all in this one. Couple of minutes, if that, in the first half. And picks up a quick one here. Stays out there as we get a whistle on the rebound there. They calling Fullerton again? Or was that Anderson? That is on Shaw Anderson. It was 24, not 23. And that's just the second on Anderson. Fullerton still out there with 3. Here's Shabazz getting to the bucket. Couldn't get the lay-in to go, and Anderson comes down with a rebound. Moffitt feeds to Long. Cavill in the corner. And now Anderson finding Fullerton, and he loops it up and couldn't get it to go as he was underneath the basket. Had to reverse it up there, but it's off the rim, no good. Rebound to the Nanooks. Huerta with it. Now Johnny catches it in the post and loses it. And Cavill comes away with it. Moffitt almost had his pocket pick, but he's able to maintain possession. Cavill kicks it back to Fullerton in the lane. He puts it in and draws the foul. Philip Fullerton with his first couple of points. And Fullerton now has played 4 minutes in this ball game, has 2 points, and is heading to the free throw line to try to get a third. As it'll be Alex Summerfield coming in for Mowich Johnny for Fairbanks. Fullerton on the season, 80% from the free throw line, just 12 of 15. And that one rattles in. "20-point lead for SPU. Here's Summerfield, catch and shoot from 3, knocks it in. And we get a whistle as the shot was going in. And they call a foul on Huerta. Give the basket to Summerfield. But then they get the foul on Kobe Huerta. And the Falcons with possession and a 17-point lead here early in the second half. Cavill to Anderson. Cavill, a 3 from the corner. Puts it in. Rattles it home. And Harry Cavill as the other way as the Falcons were caught napping there. As quick lay-in there for Spencer Sweet. Here's Moffitt on the other end putting up the 3. No good. Tipped in, though, by Gavin Long. That'll make it a 20-point ball game again, 51-31. Shabazz with it. Gets it to Sweet. Sweet trips and falls, gets back up. And now has it stolen by Cavill as he tried to pass it through the lane. Cavill finds Long. Long drives baseline. Throws it down with 2 hands. Gavin Long got to the bucket and threw it down. That'll make it a 22-point ball game. Falcons have played a little bit above the rim today. 3 dunks. Here's Shabazz. Gets it to Sweet. Sweet loops it back out to Doherty in the corner. Cross court for Shabazz. He drives, goes up, and I believe they just got Fullerton with his 4th foul. That's his 4th. And they really haven't needed him, though, to this point. It's going to be a break, though, for Fairbanks as they're going to be able to get him off the floor for most of the rest of the ball game as Shabazz puts in the free throw. Braden Olson checking in for the Falcons. And Zach Hatch back in for Fairbanks. As Shabazz tries to get the Nanooks back to within 20 and does. Shabazz perfect 5 of 5 at the free throw line, but hasn't gotten anything from the floor. Cavill with the ball for the Falcons. Has his pocket picked. Huerta comes away with it. Huerta the other way, finds Hatch going to the basket, and he lays it in. That brings the Nanooks back to within 18. And a steal and a bucket on the other end. Moffitt being double teamed in the backcourt. Now Olsen has his pass stolen by Summerfield. Summerfield is going to launch a three, and that one's off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Shaw Anderson. Falcons by 18 with 15 and a half to go in this one. And the Falcons just need to keep the Nanooks from going on a prolonged run as Long misses. Shabazz comes down with it. Huerta driving. Gets it to Hatch. And it's tipped out of bounds by the Falcons. The Nanooks will keep it. We will take a timeout on the floor, though. First, 15:05 remaining in this one. 53-35, Falcons by 18. We'll be right back with you in just a moment. You're watching Falcons basketball on SBUFalcons.com.
He spent many evenings showing us around to houses, organizing the whole process, so we actually had fun. Find more of Matthew's reviews on Zillow. Matthew L. Caney, the best home for your best life.
Back to Iron Coaching Court at Royal Brohan Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you on SBUFalcons.com. Falcons with an 18-point lead, and the Nanooks with the ball. As Doherty inbounds to Huerta. Braden Olsen back out there for the Falcons. Here's Summerfield stepping back and leaving it short. Cavill with the rebound. That's his 8th rebound of the ball game. He's got 8 points as well. Anderson with 15. Cavill, Moffitt, and Long each with 8 points. Here's Olsen going to try a three from the left wing. That one is no good. Shabazz ends up with the rebound. Moffitt couldn't come up with it. And Shabazz takes it to the bucket. Again, unable to connect on the lay-in, but he will head to the free throw line. Shabazz is that's going to go on Braden Olsen. Shabazz now 0 of 8 from the floor, but 5 of 5 from the line. And he will try to add a couple more here as he connects on that free throw. Makes it a 53-36 ball game. And his second one is up and good as well. So he's a perfect 7 for 7 from the line. But those are all his points. We get a whistle here. And they're going to let Sharif Khan check back in for the Falcons. I think they were saying he should have been let into the ball game before the ball was inbounded after that free throw. Cavill will inbound to Moffitt. Falcons by 16. Still a lot of time left in this ball game. Long into the post to Cavill. Cavill looking for somewhere to go, kicks it out to Kahn. Now back to Long. Moffitt with it now, 10 on the shot clock. Moffitt finds Anderson going to the bucket, and Anderson gets it to go. That one pinballs in. Shaw Anderson, 17 points for the freshman from Kelso. 18-point lead for the Falcons. Here's Huerta. Doherty loops it over to Shabazz. Here's Huerta out on top for 3. That one off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Gavin Long. Falcons with an 18-point lead. And Devontae Moffitt at the controls. Anderson to Kahn. Kahn drives, baseline. Tried to get it to Cavill, off his hands, and the Nanooks come away with it. Here's Shabazz all the way to the other end. Couldn't get that lay-in to go. And Shabazz still without a made field goal as Gavin Long gets to the bucket and lays it in. And it's a 20-point ball game again. Shabazz with it. Shabazz definitely looks like the quickest player on the floor, but it has not resulted in points as Huerta drives. And Gavin Long commits the foul. Markel Banks checks back in, along with Braden Olson and Gabe Colosimo for the Falcons. And the foul committed before the shot there. 13:01 to go. And that was Banks inbounding to Summerfield. This baseline down here is the hardest area for me to see from my vantage point, as Huerta drives and puts it in with the right hand. And Huerta with 8 points for the Nanooks. It's an 18-point margin again. Olson drives, kicks to Anderson for a 3, and Anderson knocks in a 3, and he's got 20 points in the ball game. Shaw Anderson having a great ball game here for the Falcons. And it is 60-39. Anderson trying to come away with the steal there, but does not. Summerfield gets it back to Huerta. Huerta drives, goes up with the left hand, puts it in. Good looking drive and left hand finger roll there by Kobe Huerta. 19-point margin, 60-41. Olson being guarded by Huerta. Olson to his right and has it poked away by Huerta. He comes up with it and gets to the bucket, puts it up on the glass. Couldn't get it to go, but he draws the foul. This will take us to immediate timeout. They're going to get Braden Olson with his 3rd foul. And we will step aside here from Royal Brougham Pavilion. 11:44 remaining. 60-41 SPU over Alaska Fairbanks. We'll be right back.
Partnering with the athletics department to provide our student athletes with the competitive advantage they need to succeed on the court and in the classroom, visit spufalcons.com. We offer exclusive advertising and fan engagement opportunities that are unique to your business.
Back to Royal Brougham Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you on SPUFalcons.com. 60-41. Falcons with a 19-point lead. And they got out to a lead fairly quickly in the first half. It's been a double-digit game for quite a while, as they actually led 10-0 early on in this one. And They've pretty much led by double digits since then. Fairbanks got it back to single digits a time or two. Huerta at the free throw line puts in the first and is looking for another one here. That gives him 12 points for the ball game. He came into this one shooting 81% from the line. Gets the Nanooks back to within 17. This is Colosimo driving, kicking back out to Kahn, now out to Moffitt. Moffitt will slow things down. Shabazz will come pick him up. And Moffitt goes behind his back. And again, Anderson kicks it back to Moffitt. 3 on the shot clock. Moffitt a fall-away 3, and he knocks it in and stands there with his hand up for another second or two, as he has given the Falcons a 20-point lead again. This time Kahn pokes it away from Huerta. And they're going to get Kahn with a foul.
Foul on Sharif Khan of SPU, his first, the team's
That's
seventh.
just his first.
Huerta at the line.
And Kobe Huerta back to the line. Huerta has picked up some of the slack scoring. This is a 1-and-1. He makes the first. He is now 3 of 3 at the line, has 13 points in the ballgame. And his second one is up and good as well. And the Nanooks a perfect 11 for 11 from the free throw line, 7 for Shabazz and 4 for Huerta. And those are the only 2 players that have gotten to the free throw line this afternoon. Turning into evening
Foul on Fairbanks, Shahid Shabazz.
as Shabazz commits a foul here.
Second.
That's his third. Just the second foul against Fairbanks here in the second half. As Moffitt gets into the lane and puts in the floater, the jumper there from inside the free throw line. Falcons back up by 20. Again, this is a game between the last 2 remaining unbeaten teams in the GNAC. And the Falcons looking to run their record to 4-0 in GNAC play. That one poked away from Hatch. He gets it back. Gets it out to Shabazz, and Shabazz walked with the basketball. Howard will come back in.
Back in for Fairbanks, number 10, Kayshawn Howard.
Kayshawn Howard, native of Brooklyn. The other New Yorker on the Fairbanks roster is not here. Usman Gomez Jr. Deshaun Kelly is on the bench in sweats.
Jump ball call, the arrow favors.
Get a jump ball called here, and the arrow favors Fairbanks. So they will take it back. But they trail by 20 with 10 minutes to play. And this one is blocked by Gavin Long. The other way, Moffitt is fouled by Huerta.
Foul on Fairbanks, Kobe Huerta.
That is Huerta's third. Here comes Harry Cavill back into the game for Sharif Khan. Long will inbound for the Falcons. Falcons looking to go to 4-0 in the GNAC and win their 8th consecutive ball game overall. They started out 0-4 and have not lost since. Here is Anderson for a 3, and he knocks it in. Shaw Anderson gets to 23 points in the ball game. And here is Summerfield, puts it up and in with the right hand. Summerfield with 13 points off the bench for Alaska Fairbanks. Moffitt being pressured in the backcourt, but gets to the bucket. Summerfield commits the foul. And Moffitt
Foul goes on Summerfield.
will head to the free throw line.
And the team's fourth, a shooting foul. Two
Second
shots to
foul
the
on Summerfield. And Devontae Moffitt to the free throw line. First free throw pinball's out. Moffitt with 13 points in the ball game. And he wears number 13 as well. Heads back to the line, puts in the second free throw. That'll make it a 22-point game. Spencer Sweet will come in for Zach Hatch for Fairbanks. As Huerta will get it across the timeline. 22-point lead for the Falcons. Summerfield gets it to Howard. And now Sweet kicks it to Huerta for a long three. Anderson may have gotten a piece of that one, and it comes up short. Falcons, Cavill, long pass for Colazimo, and he had to save it to keep it in bounds. He does. And now Cavill will find Long. Long loops it back out for Moffitt. He's got an open three from the left wing, and that one rattles out. Rebound out of bounds off of the Nanooks. And it'll be Falcons basketball with 8:38 to go. Shabazz back in for Fairbanks. Colazimo to inbound. Gets it out to Cavill. Moffitt gets it to Anderson. Anderson up and in with the right hand. He's got 25 in the ball game. And they have not had an answer for him. This one underneath, though, for Summerfield, and he gets around Anderson and scores. Summerfield with 15 for Fairbanks to lead the way for them. But it's a 22-point ball game. Here's Long with a quick three from the corner, no good. Rebound to Summerfield. Here's Markel Banks across midcourt. Gets it to Shabazz. Shabazz, step back, and a long two, and that is his first made field goal of the ball game. That'll make it a 20-point game, and he's got a big cheering section here, as they were happy to see a shot finally go down for him. Shabazz now 9 points in the ball game, 7 of those at the free throw line. And he just picked up his first made field goal. Here's a three on the way from Colazimo, and he puts it in. That gives the Falcons a 23-point lead with 7:10 to go in the ball game. Here's Shabazz, and he puts it up, draws the foul. That foul is going to go on Harry Cavill, and that'll take us to a timeout on the floor with 7:02 remaining here in the second half. 74-51 SPU. We'll be right back. You're watching Falcons basketball on SPUFalcons.com.
Experience better health with Shepherd Family Chiropractic. Conveniently located on Westlake Avenue North. Shepherd Family Chiropractic.
7:02 remaining here from Royal Brougham Pavilion. Falcons with a comfortable 23-point lead as they jumped out on the Nanooks early and have never let them get back within striking distance. Shabazz will head to the free throw line here for Fairbanks. Shabazz now 1 of 10 from the floor, 7 of 7 at the line. And gets another free throw to go.
Shooting one more. Back for the Falcons, 21.
Jacob Medjo back in for the Falcons. Shabazz has been to the free throw line a bunch in this game and on the season. And he is 9 for 9 now. Came in shooting 84% from the free throw line on the season. And that number is going up today. 21-point ball game. Here's Colosimo driving, kicking to Moffitt. Now Medjo, a three on the way. And that one's off the mark, no good. Rebound to Doherty. Gets it to Shabazz, and he will come across midcourt. Hands to Kayshawn Howard. Howard to Summerfield. Now Sweet with the ball, driving, and Kahn got a piece of it, but he's also called for the foul. Sharif Khan commits his second foul. And Spencer Sweet will head to the free throw line. Sweet's first free throw is up and good. That'll make it a 20-point margin again, and Sweet will try to get it under 20 and does. Will make it 74-55 as Moffitt fumbles it out of bounds. Unforced error there. And Fairbanks will take it back. We get a whistle as Gavin Long is subbing in for Harry Cavill. But Fairbanks will inbound, and it'll be Shabazz getting it into Sweet in the corner, and he had it poked away. It stays in bounds, and he picks it up. And now Shabazz with the ball, drives, lays it up and in. He's been trying to do that all day, and just his second made field goal, though, as it is now 74-57. And the Nanooks putting the pressure on in the backcourt. They get it ahead to Sharif Khan. And now the Falcons going to try to run some shot clock here. And some game clock as Colosimo puts up a three from the right corner and couldn't get it to go. Fairbanks the other way, down by 17. Still 5.5 to go. They could still make a big run here and get back in this one if the Falcons get too comfortable. Shabazz steps back, and that three is in and out. And we get a whistle on the rebound. That would have gotten the Nanooks back to within 14. Medjo commits the foul. And that is the 10th team foul for the Falcons here in the second half. The Nanooks will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Falcons will take a timeout here with 5:18 remaining, leading 74-57. Let's get you to the player spotlight as Sharif Khan is pictured on the cover of today's game program. Junior point guard from Bellevue, Washington, is majoring in business administration. Sharif chose to become a Falcon because SPU is a great community and has a very welcoming feel to it. The basketball program has a great reputation, and it was close to home, which meant I could still see my family and they could come and watch my games. Sharif Khan on the cover of the program today. 17-point ball game from Brougham Pavilion with 5:18 remaining. And Shabazz almost had a three-pointer go down there, and it pinballed out. But the Nanooks starting to run out of time here. They're going to need to put together a pretty big run if they want to keep this an interesting game here. Falcons shooting 55% for the ball game, and Fairbanks just 37%. Fairbanks a perfect 15 of 15 from the free throw line, though. And the Falcons 6 of 8 from the line. And it'll be Quinn Doherty heading to the free throw line coming out of the timeout here. Falcons still with most of their starters out there. Sharif Khan is out there as well.
2 shots for Doherty.
Doherty will step to the free throw line for the first time in the ball game. And he gets the first free throw to go. Still have yet to miss from the line. Doherty gets both free throws. He was just 5 of 8 from the line coming into the game. And the Fairbanks Nanooks ratcheting up the pressure in the backcourt, but the Falcons break it. And a foul is called on Kayshawn Howard out near the half-court stripe.
Kayshawn Howard, his second, the team's 5th. Rather, Kayshawn
It's just the 5th team foul on the Nanooks here in the second half. And so the Falcons will take it out of bounds. Ticking down toward 5 minutes to go. And the Falcons with a 15-point lead. Moffitt swings it to Cavill. Back to Moffitt. Now Kahn in the corner for a 3. There was some contact there. No whistle. And now we get a whistle after the shot went up.
The foul goes on the Falcons, Gavin Long. His
Foul called on Gavin Long. That's his second.
double bonus will shoot 2.
And it's going to be Spencer Sweet to the free throw line.
Spencer Sweet.
And the Falcons, or the Nanooks rather, trying to draw a little closer. That's the first missed free throw of the afternoon for Fairbanks. But Sweet will get another one and puts it in. Makes it a 14-point game with 4:49 to go. Timeout called by Fairbanks. 74-60 as they were down more than 20 not too long ago. They are close to striking distance here now, down by 14. And Greg Sparling talking things over with his squad. Wanting to tell him to keep pushing here. Falcons, with a few more buckets, could lock things up. But they have not done so yet. Moffitt and Cavill trying to get it across, and Cavill does. Moffitt being guarded by Shabazz. Here's Anderson. Gets it to Gavin Long going to the bucket, puts it in off the glass. Gavin Long with 12 points for the Falcons. And it's a 16-point margin. Shabazz going around Cavill, getting to the bucket, laying it in. That'll make it a 14-point game again. But the Falcons are able to break the press again and get it across midcourt. 4 minutes now. And a 76-62 lead for SPU. Cavill into the post for Long. He'll kick it out to Anderson for a 3, and that one is short. Rebound comes down to Spencer Sweet. Shabazz the other way. Shabazz going to go into the lane and too strong. Kahn comes down with the rebound. Kahn and Cavill both got their hands on the rebound there. And Shabazz frustrated there. He has missed a good number of lay-ins today. Here's Moffitt getting to the bucket. That one is no good. Puts it back up. Couldn't get that second one to go either. And the foul is going to be called on the Falcons. We're going to go the other way here.
Foul called on
Shaw Anderson commits his third foul. That'll take us to our final media timeout of the day. 76-62, Falcons leading the Fairbanks Nanooks. Trying to go to 4-0 in GNAC play. We'll have the rest of it for you here in just a moment. 3:17 to go. .317 remaining in the ball game here from Royal Broham Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you on SPUFalcons.com. Falcons closing in on a win here, but plenty of time still here for the Nanooks. And it'll be Quinn Doherty to the free throw line. Trying to get Fairbanks back just a little closer as he puts in the first free throw. Makes it a 13-point game. And he'll get another crack at it here. Gets that one to go, too. Doherty 4 of 4 from the line in the last minute or so. Falcons by 12. Still over 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Here's Anderson getting to the bucket, puts it in, draws the foul, and Shaw Anderson with a chance to get to 28 points. He's got 27, and he has had himself a ball game. 15 in the first half, now 12 here in the second. And Anderson heading to the free throw line. And gets the free throw to go. 15-point ball game again. Howard back in for Sweet. And the Falcons with a 15-point lead. Here's Shabazz. Trying to go around Cavill. Switches direction, steps back, puts it over Moffitt. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound to Gavin Long. Falcons will kill some more clock here. Devontae Moffitt being double teamed in the backcourt. He needs help. He calls a timeout. Nobody came to help Moffitt there. And he was able to get the timeout called.
Once again, a timeout. Falcons up by 15.
2:42 remaining. As Falcons holding on to a 15-point lead. And Devontae Moffitt had to use a timeout there. He was double teamed and trapped in the backcourt. Falcons started off 0-4 this year, now 7-4, looking to go to 8-4. Fairbanks 4-7, but they're 3-0 in GNAC play, as this would be their first loss in the GNAC this year. Unless they are able to run down the Falcons here in the last couple of minutes of the game. But every time the Nanooks have tried to make a run here, the Falcons have had an answer to this point. Shaw Anderson, 28 points for the Falcons. Moffitt gets it to Gavin Long, being guarded by Howard. Sharif Khan with it now. Anderson going around Summerfield. Summerfield blocks the shot, but Anderson will get to the free throw line. And he's going for 30 points.
Foul on Fairbanks, Alex Summerfield.
Summerfield commits his third foul. Anderson with 28 points on the afternoon. Looking for 29 and 30 if he can make both free throws here. Gets the first. Gives the Falcons a 16-point lead. And he's looking for 30 here and gets it. Shaw Anderson, the freshman from Kelso, Washington, with a 30-point ball game here for the Falcons this afternoon. Anderson, their fourth leading scorer, as Huerta steps through and couldn't get the lay-in to go. Tapped around. Summerfield comes down with it. And we get a whistle. And see what they're calling here. This is going to be on Anderson. That is his fourth.
2 shots for Summerfield.
But he has really been able to impose his will. 15 points in each half for Anderson, as Summerfield heads to the free throw line. Federway native now with 16 points with that made free throw, and gets the second one to go as well. That'll make it an 81-66 ball game. 15-point game, and Moffitt keeping it away from Shabazz. Under 2 to play now. Khan gets it to Long. We get a whistle. And a foul going to be called.
Foul on the Nanooks goes on Kayshawn Howard.
You get that one on Kayshawn Howard.
Gavin Long at the line.
And it'll send Gavin Long to the free throw line. Long with 12 points in the ball game. Puts in the first free throw. This is a 1-and-1 situation. And he'll get a second one here. Sharif Khan has seen a lot of minutes here in the second half as he's out there. The rest of the players on the floor, the starters for the Falcons, Philip Fullerton, has been in foul trouble all day, as that one is missed. Falcons with the rebound. Moffitt gets around Howard and Doherty, and now tried to go to Long, but Summerfield is there to intercept it. He comes the other way and puts up a 3. No good. Moffitt is there for the rebound, and Huerta ties him up. But the Falcons will keep it as they have the possession arrow. Just a minute 23 to go now here. Moffitt double teamed in the backcourt again. This time he's able to get it to Long, and now Khan will get it to Anderson. He'll loop it back out to Cavill, and the Falcons will kill some more clock. 17-point lead. And Cavill tried to alley-oop it there to Long. It ends up in the hands of Moffitt. Moffitt finds Anderson for a 3, and he puts it in. Shaw Anderson with 33 points in the ballgame. He can do no wrong today. Here comes Shabazz. He misses another lay-in. Khan gets it to Anderson. 20-point lead for the Falcons. Anderson with 33 points. Definitely your player of the game today. Moffitt dribbling some more clock. Khan is going to launch a 3 and misses off the back rim. Rebound comes down to Doherty. Under 30 seconds to go now as Shabazz will get it to Huerta. He'll drive. He'll put up the floater. Couldn't get it to go. Doherty is there to stick the rebound back up and in. And that'll make it an 18-point margin. Nanooks still playing some defense in the backcourt, but Gavin Long is going to get it across and dribble out the clock. He'll hand off to Cavill. Cavill to Moffitt. That'll do it. Falcons win it 86-68 as the Falcons jumped out in front 10-0 and pretty much led by double digits the whole way in this one. They go to 8-4 on the season. They have won 8 straight after an 0-4 start, and they are 4-0 in the GNAC, the last unbeaten team in GNAC play, as Alaska Fairbanks drops to 4-8 on the season and 3-1 in the GNAC. And the Falcons, again, led by double digits for pretty much the entire afternoon. As we get a look at the final stats here, Falcons shoot 53% for the ball game, Fairbanks 35%, and the Falcons 39% from beyond the arc. Fairbanks connected on just 4 of 20, 20%. Fairbanks was 22 of 23 at the free throw line, but the Falcons only missed 2 free throws, 11 of 13, and they won the rebounding battle by 12, 38-26. Fairbanks never led in this ball game, as Shadid Shabazz came in averaging 22.5 points a game, manages 15 points in this one, as he goes 3 of 17 from the floor though. 9 of 9 at the free throw line. And Kobe Huerta with 14 points. And Alex Summerfield had 17. He had 3 made threes. And they only got one other one from Zach Hatch. As Doherty ended up with 6 rebounds, and that is the leading rebounder for the Nanooks. Falcons get 33 from Shaw Anderson to go with 9 boards. Almost came up with a double-double. It had 3 assists. And Anderson could not be stopped this afternoon. 12 of 16 from the floor, 4 of 5 from three-point land, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Shaw Anderson, 35 minutes, 33 points. And a couple of players for the Falcons end up with 14 points, those being Gavin Long and Devontae Moffitt, as Long adds 7 rebounds. And Harry Cavill picks up 8 points, 10 rebounds, and a couple of steals for Cavill as well. Falcons with a dominant win over the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks. And Anderson being interviewed on the court. We're not going to have him for you on this broadcast, unfortunately. But we'll go ahead and wrap it up here from Royal Brougham Pavilion. 86-68, the Falcons defeat Alaska Fairbanks and go to 4-0 in the GNAC, the last unbeaten team in GNAC play. Have a good rest of your evening, and we will talk to you next time. Falcons on the road for the next couple of weeks. They will be back in a couple of weeks here back home, and we will talk to you then.